What's up, Internet? It's Brown Kid here with a little bit on the awesome show. This week I decided to head up a very awesome video game store in my area that has been around for a long ass time. I never got around to hitting it up, so I finally went there. It's called Level Up Video Games. I got to interview the owner, real awesome dude named Paul. If you were ever in the Reading, Pennsylvania area, definitely hit this place up. Here's the interview. Check it out and fucking love it.
It's going to be 2 years in February that we're open. Just basically to start out with a collection of everything and nothing at all. Decided we're going to open up a store. This is actually my second time doing it. I had all the new stuff. Everybody was coming in and said, you know, wow, look at all the old stuff. I haven't seen one of these in a long time. And nobody wanted the new stuff, so we got rid of it and decided to stick with retro because basically within a 10-mile radius we have 4 GameStops, 2 Game Crazies. We got Microplay, so you can get the new stuff anywhere. You can't get the old stuff anywhere. Microplay is about the only other place, but they don't cater to the old school crowd. It's, you know, so we just kind of ran with it. That's what it boils down to.
I told you, nice. Oh, gotta have that Space Jam.
Gotta have. It's a jam.
Now, like, is a lot of this, like, where'd you even get this stuff? Was this part of, like, your own collection, or just from trading over the years?
When we started out, I have photos of day one when we opened, and if you look at that, you're gonna laugh and go, how? You know, it's. I look back now and go, I don't know what I was thinking when we opened up. But things are different than what they were 10 years ago when I was in business. Back then it was PlayStation, Nintendo 64, and I was there for the Dreamcast launch. And that's where it was at. Nobody really cared about the old stuff. I was paying a nickel a pop for Mario Duck Hunt. I'd get tons of those traded in. I was going to build an addition onto the store, but that's how many we had. And now you can't get that stuff for less than $4 or $5 a pop. So things have changed in 10 years.
Really? Sonic Fruit Snacks? Sonic Cookie Crisps? Nintendo Cocoa Krispies?
Yes. I have that game. I have it. Well, I don't know if you have it anymore, but I have it.
Ridiculous. Now, like, what kind of people are trading their stuff in, I guess? Like, are a lot of people really, like, I have this amazingly rare game. You can have it now. Like, do they know what they're giving you when they give it to you?
It all depends. You know, as on this side of the counter, it's kind of tough. You know, you'll have somebody come in and you'll see, you know, you got to look past the Marios and the Sonics and look at the rare stuff. And sometimes I'll see a title and go, you know, I never heard of that. And then I'll look on our price guides and go, wow, it's $40. And they're unaware of it. So I try to be honest with everybody and say, hey, you know, you realize, you know, I can't afford to pay for this game, but this is what it is. Your best bet might be to throw it up at eBay, that kind of thing. No, I just want to get rid of it. And I guess just, you know, being honest with them usually ends up coming in here. Some people don't know what they have, and there's other people that do know what they have, and usually they're the ones that want to come in and haggle with you.
Yeah.
And you know, I really don't mess around with it, not too much. Most of the stuff that you're looking at now is legwork. Either comes in off the street, like I took a Nintendo system in today with a couple games, nothing fancy, but when I run out of games, I can't hop online and order them. So I'm out and I'm hitting the yard sales, flea markets, and I have a couple other guys that do the same for me. So I try to, you know, stock up as much as I can, and it's tough. 90% of what's sold in here is just Nintendo stuff. It doesn't matter. Regular Nintendo, Super, Nintendo 64. People just want it.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if he buys a 64, usually it's a 64 with GoldenEye and 3 extra controllers. No ifs, ands, or buts. And the Marios, nobody really, you know, gets the Marios because everybody has that stuff.
Well, yeah, you can get on WiiWare and stuff like that now.
So in here, it's more. I like to keep variety over pricey stuff because I don't cater to that pricey crowd. I don't get the guys that come in here. You know,
Yeah.
you know, I have a handful. Looking for, you know, choice pieces that occasionally do walk through the door, but most of that is nickel and dime stuff, as I refer to it.
What do you think is the rarest thing you have, or what's the rarest thing that's come through?
I think the rarest thing, maybe not the rarest, but one of the most expensive things was an Earthbound. Gentleman brought it in. He knew what it was. I didn't want to haggle with him too much. I'm like, well, this is what it's worth. He goes, yeah, I know what it's worth. I'm like, this is what I'll pay for. He goes, I'll take it. He didn't even think twice about it. So I was like, you know, I don't have that anymore. I think I'd like to have it back. And I said, too bad it doesn't have the book in the box, and he goes, "Oh, I have that at home. Do you want that too?"
Oh, no way.
So he ended up bringing it in. The book didn't have the scratch and sniff cards in it,
Oh.
but other than that, it was cherry. And this last show, I don't know, I actually have the book here. This last show, the one in Oaks, the Game Corps, we found one there, so I ended up picking that up. So I have a complete one. It's probably the rarest thing I'm going to say that's come through here. Some rare PlayStation games on occasion. We'll walk through the door. But when you look around, you know what's rare and what's not. There's rare games that are expensive, and then there's rare games to me that I just don't see them every day.
Yeah.
You know, to me that's rare, even though they're not worth that much. Variety's the spice of life in this place.
Yeah.
So.
And you're the only place I've seen with import stuff, like old retro import stuff.
And I don't even have that much of it anymore. We had tons of it, and I still get the occasional, hey, can you get this? Your best bet's to get online. I mean, if it comes in, I won't say no to it, but I don't really make an effort to go after it because I don't have that crowd, you know, to cater to. You know, a couple years ago it was a big thing.
Now, what do you base your pricing off of? Somebody brings in the game, how do you know how much to give them if it's something you never heard of?
If it's something I never heard of, there's a site that you can go to called Video Game Price Charts. You can log on. That's what we use. It's a service I pay a couple bucks a month for, but it's updated 24/7, and it takes prices based off of Amazon, eBay, which I hate eBay, but unfortunately, when you're looking for something, 9 out of 10 times that's where you go. And it comes up with a roundabout figure, and they keep track of that stat tracking for the past 3 years, so you can see where stuff goes up and goes down. So I try to couple that with what sells in here. I mean, obviously, if you have a game and you have a lot of them and they're blowing out of here, you know, you're selling them too cheap. And the same thing if you're not moving them, you're selling them for too much. And just finding a happy medium. Because prices in this area, you go 100 miles north and nobody really cares about the old stuff at all.
Yeah.
You know, so it's about area in terms of pricing. If people are comfortable with it, you know, they let you know. If they're not comfortable with it, they let you know.
And I really hate being broke right now. What's next? Like, are you gonna expand, make another store? Are you gonna start selling stuff online?
I don't know what I want to do. We're still working on the website, the forums page, trying to generate interest because I don't advertise. Reading Eagle did an article on us last December, and that really was a shot in the arm for us, but it was also like a double-edged sword. We're getting a lot of new faces coming in, but we were also getting the people bringing all their garbage to us all the time. You know, people that are sitting on Ataris for the past 30 years thinking because it's 30 years old, it's an antique, it's going to be worth a fortune.
Yeah.
And, you know, that kind of hurt a little bit, but believe it or not, I have a good relationship with, you know, the game crazies and the GameStops because, again, I've been gaming for quite a long time as customers. So they send a lot of people here, so, you know, it helps. Free advertising, if you want to call it.
Yeah, pretty
much. A lot of people in. But I like to just keep a, you know, just a low profile. I don't want to be any bigger than what I am. I want to change things up a little bit. I'd like to have new product because without the new product, it's harder to get the older stuff traded in.
Yeah.
You know, people that do want to come in and trade it in, they're looking for that new game, and I don't have it, so my cash is walking out the door kind of thing. So I feel to expand, to make a profit, I need to invest in newer games. I have a plan for that too, so I think I'll be very competitive. And that's sell them at cost. You don't make money off of new games anyway, so if you sell them at cost, hopefully more of the used stuff comes through the door, and that's where it's at.
So this is, what store was this?
GameStop.
GameStop, corporate, shipped this out. Forza Motorsports, 360 exclusive. Idiots friggin' put it in a PlayStation 3 disc.
You get the older parents that come in and go, I remember when, you know, I was a kid, I had that. And because of the economy the way it is, it's another boost in the arm for me because people don't want to spend, you know, $300 for a new system when they can come in here and spend $20 on a Sega Genesis or, you know, $30, $40 on a Nintendo system and break their kids in on it. Say, this is what I played when I was, you know, your age. This is a good starting system. So it's kind of cool. It has its ups and its downs. Retro's not dead yet by a long shot.